But moving on to our last and final news story of the night that's not at all a news story and is just a post on Reddit that we have to talk about that everybody here has read. So this is posted on our relationship advice, which is a subreddit for relationship advice.
Aptly named, very aptly named.
Oh,
I'm not even going to say anything else. Okay, let's just read it. My, me, 25-year-old female, boyfriend, 25-year-old male, keeps asking me to invest in his souptube business idea, and I'm not sure how to deal with it. That's the title of the post. So, I've been living with my boyfriend for about 7 months. 2 weeks ago, he sat me down and presented me a PowerPoint presentation with his business idea. I knew he'd been working on an idea, but he didn't want to tell me about it until it was finished. Based on his enthusiasm and prior seemingly intelligent nature, I thought maybe it'd be a pretty cool idea. Instead, he presented me to an idea about soup tubes. The idea, if you can call it that, is to construct a series of tubes throughout your city that leads to centralized soup kitchens for a monthly subscription. A customer can, this is a quote from him, subscribe to a tube of soup. And a tube extension would be built off the nearest mainline tube and connected directly into the customer's apartment or home. Based on the subscription level, that would determine the quantity of soup a customer could pour and how many types of soup. The tubes are basically just the size of pipes like you might see under the sink, but he insisted that it must be called... He insisted that, quote, it must be called soup tube, not soup pipe. Tube just sings better. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. At first, I asked if he was crank yanking me or something, but he was completely sincere.
Crank yanking.
Obviously, the idea is completely insane. The notion that a city would authorize somebody to construct a series of tubes everywhere that can carry soup into homes is, of course, ludicrous. And even if such an initiative were approved, the cost for such an operation would be ridiculous. You would have to charge outrageous prices for customers to install and subscribe to a soup tube. And who would pay for such a service when canned soup costs like $1 or $2? Or you can buy soup from a restaurant for a few dollars. I explained these things as politely as I could, and he dismissed them all and said that, quote, tube-based soup delivery is the wave of the future.
That's my
He then asked
favorite
me how
line.
much I wanted to invest. I told him nothing. He looked absolutely heartbroken. Since then, almost every day he has asked again for me to invest and keeps trying to sell me on the idea. He's also doing the same thing to a lot of his friends, and it's starting to drive me up the wall. First, I'm at a loss of what to do and how he can believe such a stupid idea is worthwhile. Second, it is really goddamn annoying to be asked on a daily basis to invest in a system of soup tubes. And third, I'm concerned for his sanity. Other than his apparent obsession with this thought, he has shown no other signs.
Of insanity?
No, it's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like some advice as how I can reason with him or whether or not I should even continue this relationship. Too long, didn't read. My boyfriend wants me to invest in a business venture wherein tubes would deliver soup. Discuss.
Okay. She took the basic concerns even way too far. For one, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And okay,
Hold on. What if you had a soup heater in your basement?
Just
like you have a
It's
hot
like a water heater, but it's
Yeah, and it boiled and made it
ignoring the
delicious
costs
and right
of
temperature.
constructing soup tubes everywhere, right?
The infrastructure alone,
Let's just
yeah.
pretend that a city could afford that.
It's
That would
okay?
be like
feasible.
$20,000 per home.
You get
Yeah.
one tube per apartment. Is that correct?
For multiple soups.
Okay, that's disgusting.
Disgusting.
So let's say you get tomato soup. Then your tomato soup is residually inside of that
Yeah.
pipe for pretty much
Yeah, so you
forever.
get some
Forever.
broccoli cheddar with a little
Because
bit of tomato
soup
Yeah.
isn't something that
It's
just
not
like,
water.
Can you imagine how bad?
That's my fucking point. It's
how
not
fucking
water.
bad would these congealed residual soup tubes fucking
Also,
smell?
Guys, I just figured out how you solve all of these problems.
You just throw the idea in the trash.
No, this whole time we've been thinking it's like a hot water line, right?
Yeah.
What if it's like a bank pneumatic tube?
Still,
like-
same issue.
Right? No, but you get like a plastic capsule, and that capsule is full with 140 degree Hot.
Why don't
Why
they?
wouldn't I just go buy soup at the
Yeah.
store? at
Or
that
okay,
point?
are you talking like
Or, like, get it
Futurama
delivered.
style? They
Yeah.
just shoot you
Like
a
you got
scalding
a
hot
call
thing?
button and you hit the call button and you're like, Martha, send me clam chowder, and you
See,
get like a.
It sounds like this man is obsessed with the tube.
The tube.
Yeah.
But really,
A
if he
series
wants
of
if
tubes like
a
the internet.
subscription
Yes.
soup service is not that bad of an idea.
No, and
You-
it exists.
you know
I
they
guarantee
have they have those packages of soup that are just dried ingredients, and you just just do
Yeah.
something like that.
Or
Yeah,
fuck,
that makes
you know
sense.
what?
Cost is much lower. It's not fucking disgusting.
Soup is one of those things
I love soup.
that you can
I don't eat
put
soup.
in
I
a
do not like
can,
soup.
right? And people can eat months later.
Yeah.
For like 85
So why
cents.
why do we need to have a fucking hot fresh soup
In
on
fridge.
because
delivery?
he
Refrigerator.
says so.
I
and
do-
also it's not going to be hot and it's not going to be fresh.
Let's do a
Fresh, yeah.
4-person
And he
poll.
doesn't understand what soup kitchens are.
You like soup. You like soup. I don't. Okay,
I
so
do.
Hold on.
already 50% of the people involved here would
Yeah.
just not be open
one-
to soup. Period.
Let's be clear. You just pointed to me and said I like soup.
You said you like soup.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well,
do you like soup or do you
let
not?
me clarify. I am not a huge soup fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am
yeah.
not a big soup fan.
You're
although,
wrong. Your
although
opinion is
I
wrong.
have come around to Campbell's home-style chunky
Look,
noodles.
soup's one of the greatest foods ever because you can make it.
I
in
love
any
broccoli
way.
cheddar,
Soup
and
is
I
like
like
a bone
tortilla
in
soup.
water that has been
Yeah.
boiled.
I like
That's
tortilla
like-
soup. I like broccoli
Cereal
cheddar
is
soup.
soup.
I would like to talk
Do you
about
like cereal?
Yeah.
cereal
It's
is
soup.
not
Shut the
soup.
Yes, it is.
That's
It's breakfast
bullshit.
soup. It's breakfast
Get
soup.
your
How is it not?
conspiracies out of here.
Well,
This
that's
is not
coming in
the
a little
time.
bit.
Explain
Okay.
to me how cereal
No.
Well,
is
in that
not.
case, I
this
love
isn't
soup.
the
Fruity
discussion.
Pebbles is my favorite soup.
How do you
I love
explain
that
to me
shit.
how it's not soup?
I would like
Oh, it's not cooked.
to
into it.
circle back around.
Neither
to
is
soup
neither
tubes.
is what's that cold soup?
Paige, I'm sorry.
whatever.
Gazpacho.
Yeah.
All soups
Yeah.
are cooked together, except gazpacho.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know.
Right?
Gazpacho.
But
Anyway.
every other soup is like, here's a bone and some fat and some other shit nobody would eat by
It's gross,
itself and
gross,
water.
gross, gross.
and we're gonna
Anyway,
What about
eat it.
tomato soup?
This isn't down to the point
It's
of the
just tomato
soup
bones.
tubes, which Paige and I are trying
Yeah.
to cycle us back to.
I want to get back to soup tubes because I want to talk about something later in later in her comments and stuff where she's clarifying some stuff. She kind of talks about how he wants it to be like an affordable way for people to get
Soup.
food.
Yeah, like Bernie
Okay.
Sanders will personally come and put a
so
soup
like
tube in
at
your house.
first I thought maybe genuinely this guy was like a connection to a soup kitchen, like a chute or something that could deliver food.
Also
you
dumb
know?
as fuck.
Also dumb as fuck, but I gave
the
him
Metropolitan
I
Soup
gave him
Yeah.
Authority sends
way
it your
more
way.
credit for that.
Benefit
But
of
no,
the
I
doubt.
think he's literally taking soup kitchen in the most literal sense and thinks that literally all they serve is
Yeah, I want to
soup.
back up to something that I didn't actually see a lot in the Reddit comments. Is he says a series of tubes throughout our city that leads to centralized soup kitchens.
Yeah.
A soup kitchen.
Serves more than soup.
But a soup kitchen's like
not the Metropolitan Soup Kitchen.
isn't a soup
That's
kitchen
a mile under Manhattan and just in stupid.
Let's look up the definition of soup kitchen. So I
A
make
soup
sure I'm
kitchen
clear.
is like a food pantry kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's not like a fucking soup restaurant.
No.
Yeah.
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 It's certainly
That
not a
you-
warehouse that you would have people
It's
making
certainly,
soups and putting them in tubes.
It's like a
and-
Buster Keaton video
Yeah.
or movie where people are like.
I feel
pulling
like
levers
it's
to
certainly
send
not a
soup
place
to the
where
right
people
parts
are
of
going to
town.
spend like upwards of $20,000, possibly more, to get
Get
a
a
fucking
fucking
series
soup
of
tube?
tubes to get soup delivered to you.
And also, so some people have been like, "How do you clean it?" Oh, well, of course you send like scalding hot water with bleach maybe mixed in it.
Yeah.
But then there's this like, "Oh, you better be home at 6 p.m. because your soup tube.
You gotta purge the.
You gotta purge the soup tube, otherwise you're gonna blow a hole in your wall."
Fucking-
And also-
obviously, your domestic servant would handle this for you.
Let's going
Fucking-
back to that to cleaning it. You remember that Shake Shack article about them poisoning the cops or whatever?
yeah.
They left like a minor amount of bleach from the cleaning process in there, and it
Yeah.
got all of them sick.
hmm
Okay, so now it's in
That-
all of these
and
fucking
that's in your soup,
tubes
dude.
And now it's fine
citywide.
with soup tube.
And not to mention, who the fuck wants 10-mile-long soup tubes going all the way? I mean, some cities are huge.
That's why we need
It's
to
in
imply. We
it's
need
in like
to imply.
St. Louis, where it's like probably 7-8 miles
Still not even feasible.
long
in St.
from
Louis.
you know.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like imagine New York.
But imagine
Imagine tubes
And
going
all
all the
you-
way up the Empire State
Imagine
Building to
getting-
somebody's
Yeah.
All you
office
need
up
is
there.
37,000 soup technicians.
actually, but New
The
York's
city to take
actually
care of the problem.
ideal for a soup tube because
They can follow the subway.
no,
route.
because in New
Liberals
York,
love soup.
in New York, you have so many people living in one building. It's not that expensive to just keep adding fucking tubes to one building. You know what's expensive is out in the rural areas, out in the
Getting a
boonies.
soup
Yeah.
tube out there.
How are you gonna get? We
Yep.
can't even get fucking doctors out in rural
Can't
areas.
even
How are we
get
gonna get
internet.
soup tubes?
Yeah.
You don't even get internet or
exactly.
cell service out there, and those things don't require
Yeah. Do
construction.
we really want to create
Mm-hmm.
the great soup divide of 2021?
All right, let's agree on one thing.
Mhm.
Cereal is soup. And
No, I
And
disagree.
this guy's a fucking idiot.
I feel
can
like
agree on
this
that.
entire Reddit thread shouldn't have even had all these details. It should have just been like, "Dear Reddit, I found out today my boyfriend is a fucking idiot. What do I do?"
One of my favorite lines is based on his enthusiasm and his prior seemingly intelligent nature.
And what makes it even worse is that he keeps coming back every single day asking her to invest.
Yeah,
Please.
I couldn't handle that. I couldn't handle that. At
Also,
all.
is it common to ask your spouse or I'm sorry,
To invest?
girlfriend to
No.
invest in something?
No, that's
No.
pretty much like a sign that you did everything wrong.
Yeah.
Up until
Yeah.
that point.
Yep,
And speaking of things that are wrong,
Cereal
cereal
is
as a
soup.
soup.
is
Oh,
wrong.
you want to make that point clear.
I want to circle back and say that I will accept that some cereals can be soups if they're left long enough to where they break down the same way that cooking would. So like
Gross.
say you got some
Like
shredded
congealed?
wheat,
Is oatmeal soup?
frosted
No, oatmeal is
porridge.
oatmeal. It's a
oatmeal.
porridge.
Yeah,
Is porridge
oatmeal's a
not soup?
porridge. Oh
No,
No.
it's a different thing.
guys,
That's
okay.
why it's not called soup.
So cereal left long enough is not a soup; it's a porridge.
It's a porridge, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a lot more like a porridge than it is a soup.
Now that we've
Connor's
definitively
Googling
closed
fucking
that.
soup.
If you heat the oat porridge, I feel like if you heat the, oh no, that's wrong too.
Pop-Tarts
I was
are
gonna say if
right.
you heat the oatmeal, then it's a soup, but no, but porridge is hot.
Yeah.
Have you
And it's
ever
not a
ate
soup.
oatmeal? Oatmeal's not served cold.
No, I hate oatmeal and I will never
It's
eat it.
served
Ooh,
hot.
I like
yeah,
oatmeal.
I like
So
oatmeal.
you heat
Same here.
oatmeal always when you eat it.
This
I like
explains why I
breakfast
hate
soup a lot,
oatmeal.
too.
is
You've
because it
just
was
been
always given
dumping
to me
the
as, like,
packet in his mouth.
cold shit. That's-
Oh man, soup tubes.
Soup tubes.
Soup tube
Anybody-
delivery
anybody
is the
else?
wave of the
She
future.
should leave him if she
all I
hasn't
want to know
already.
is where do I send the check?
Yeah, where do I sign? I
I-
love so much his line where he's just like soup tube based tube based delivery is the thing of the future.
Yeah,
He's not
but
wrong.
to your
Nope.
point, you could easily like much cheaper. Like a person will just bring you a crock pot,
Yeah.
like an artisan
Yeah.
crock pot of soup.
Or honestly,
like-
just cans delivered to you every month. There
Yeah.
you go.
Much
Perfect.
better idea.
Or
Yeah.
just those bags of dried ingredients, and they can
Yeah.
make it themselves.
Or for
You
like
don't-
$1, somebody will just throw a can
Shit,
at you
dude.
from their car,
Yeah.
like a Campbell's like
we don't
tomato
even need to
soup
see
can.
dried ingredients. People, there's things like HelloFresh, Blue Apron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
those
just
all
send fresh
exist.
soup ingredients monthly.
Yeah.
That's less dumb
Yeah.
than a tube of fucking soup.
When
But
they
you know what
talk
takes
about
a lot less
Not a
work is
soup
just
pipe
opening the
specifically.
soup hatch and like
Yeah.
letting it
Yeah,
fall
no.
into your bucket.
Let's
I
just be
just-
clear. It's not a soup pipe.
It's a,
a soup tube.
But the pneumatic tube question is a good thought. Maybe that's what he was thinking of.
Then why would you have to send scalding, boiling bleach water through?
Oh, was
it?
that something that guy came up
Yeah.
with, or that
Oh,
Dan
okay.
came
No,
up
no,
with?
no, no. That's a comment.
Oh, yeah,
She
then-
answers some questions. So I can't help but imagine every single time he talks about sending the scalding boiling water that like your dementia-addled nana is like in the kitchen at 2 a.m. just like, oh, what's
Oh my
this?
God,
And then
so-
just gets
Picture
blasted
like
in the
what
face
like a
is
with
this?
child
scalding
opening the soup
bleach
tube
water.
over their face and it just melts off because
Look
the
at
soup's
that.
170
So I just threw something up
degrees.
on the screen.
Oh,
Let me
yep.
clarify though. So this is not made by
The person,
the person.
who?
This is
Someone
a Reddit,
in the Reddit
a Redditor
thread made
commenter
this.
made this website
And
souptube.online.
it's amazing.
I love this fucking website. It's
Wave of the future.
how would you describe what you're looking at right now on this website? Because I couldn't describe another website.
It's very like vaporwave colors,
Mhm,
like
yeah.
pinks and blues and purpley.
And there's like a cartoon of fucking
like a-
soup going
Looks
through
like
a
soup
tube.
going through
It's
tubes.
It's like Adult Swimish.
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah.
Wave of the future, soup tube asterisk, definitely not soup pipe, that has no zing. Subscribe today for a tube extension into your home. So we can go into frequently asked questions. How do you clean tubes? At 2 to 3 a.m. every night, boiling hot water with food-safe detergent is flushed through the pipes, so they're shiny and clean for the next day's soup.
So
These
if-
are all from questions that she's answered.
If
Are these
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
eating
Too.
soup every single? Like, I like soup, but I don't need
How
it
much
every
fucking
single
soup
day.
can you eat?
This
yeah.
only works in a dystopia where the only food is soup and
Yeah.
the government provides it to you. Like that's
Yeah.
But you know, if there was ever a time in the day where I want a tube in the wall to give me soup, it's 2 to 5 a.m.
How did
Like, that's the
How did Soup Tube pass safety inspections with an underground series of unrefrigerated tubes? It's 2020. We have Trump, coronavirus, ravaging climate change, devastating wars in Yemen, Syria, and across the world, police killing law-abiding citizens. Why not Soup Tube?
Holy shit! I need to get my checkbook.
This is a campaign genius.
Would you trust clam chowder from a tube?
No.
No answer
No.
to that. There's no answer to that on the website either.
I would not at all.
Why in a world of 5 competing food delivery services would somebody pay real money to have lukewarm soup pushed through the remnants of other soups from previous soup mishaps in a style similar to raw sewage? That's the question. The answer? What do you mean?
The right answer on their part would have been, who says it's lukewarm? This is hot soup.
But it's not going to be.
No.
That's the thing.
Does the soup?
But this is why you need a hot soup heater in your house, like you have like a hot water heater.
Doesn't the soup stagnate in the tubes? No, thanks to our cutting-edge, patent-pending soup tube technology. First of all, we strive to achieve perfect turbulent flow as part of a more uniform velocity gradient compared to laminar flow. Servings of soup are separated by distilled water so that they never mixed. We just keep them moving and divert single servings as needed. Secondly, with such a strange viscosity gradient profile, instability might arise at some point. A smart grid with traffic control is our answer. Finally, it's important to ensure that our pipes are extremely hydrophobic and how do you pronounce that word, Paige?
I don't know.
Taxily growing
Graphene?
graphene on the inner surface of the pipe.
So scratch everything I said about this costing $20,000.
Yeah.
This is gonna cost so much fucking more than that.
And each time you add a tube to somebody's home.
Also,
even more.
can we talk about how he said that? Like, it sounds like the soup will perpetually be moving through the tubes. He said you just direct it as needed.
also
off.
said
So
that-
is there like literally clam chowder that's been in the fucking tubes for like
I'll
a
tell you,
month
you're
that
gonna
they're
have to-
just
yeah.
constantly rerouting?
You're gonna have to hire a guy who's
You're gonna have
just like,
fucking month-old
no, like,
soup.
patches.
And he also said that the types of soups will be separated by distilled water. So I'm imagining, let's cut out like
Watered
a
down
3-foot
fucking-
section of that tube, right? You have a foot of chicken noodle or whatever the hell you want, and then a foot of distilled water.
It just comes out as a log.
Yeah, and
that-
then
yeah.
then a foot of, I don't know, chowder, some kind of chowder.
It's
There's a-
definitely
there's
how
a
it works,
bunch
and they
of
won't
and
mix
then
it
it just
all.
dumps out at once.
Oh shit, guys! Hold on. Maybe what you do, right, is that comes out, but what you're expected to do is have boiling water, right? And
I
you
guess.
cut off a section of the chicken noodle and you put it in the boiling water of your own.
You cut off
And it's like
a section of it. Is this like
Chris has
solidified?
never ate fucking soup or porridge or cereal. It's been confirmed on the podcast today.
I'm imagining
3
it-
things
it's
Chris has
coming
never
out-
ate. If it's liquidy, it doesn't go in his mouth.
Have you ever seen the videos of those people taking like cans of refried beans and opening them up and putting them on top of skillets? And it gets real warm, and then the beans just start rising out.
Oh, I've
in
never
solid
seen what
form.
you're talking about, but I imagine
No.
like the snake firework.
That's
yeah,
exactly
imagine
Yeah.
something like that. Imagine the soup just slowly coming out.
Oh,
You
Like
take
a-
a knife
wait,
and
wait.
Then even
chop
Wait,
off the
slowly
soup.
That's what
coming
I'm saying.
out like what?
Like somebody's ass.
Yeah, that's
Just say it. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what everybody's
No.
that's
but-
horrifying.
You just take a knife and
cut off
cut
the
off a
fucking
slab
broccoli.
of broccoli cheddar
That's
soup.
so fucking gross. It's
So
fucking
there's
gross.
so many frequently asked questions on here. We definitely don't have time to go through all
You
of them.
should read them.
I'm
Um,
picturing it's just a hole in your wall
It's
that
like-
a cylinder
read that quote.
of freeze
I know.
dried soup comes out of.
I
right?
hate it.
And then when that falls out, if you don't catch it in time, then the hot water and detergents come
You mean
through.
when that just like poops out of your butt?
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
So
it's
you have
always
to
gonna come
catch
out.
it and move it out of the
But
way in
you
time before
have
the
a-
detergent.
You have a
cleaning
6-inch
starts.
diameter hole in your kitchen wall with like a
That
sink in
just
front of it.
shits
That just
solid soup.
It just shits
out of your
post-dystopian soup
kitchen.
out to you that you gotta. If you're not there when it happens, but guess what? You'll be there
That's
when
not-
it happens because you don't have a job in the
That's
dystopia.
not post
There are no
dystopian.
jobs.
That is dystopian.
So
Yeah.
there's
Holy
like I
shit.
said, there's all kinds of frequently asked questions on here. We don't have time to read them all, but and again, I want to reiterate that this is a fan website, not like an official website that her boyfriend made. But there is a tab that says "Subscribe," and at the top it says it goes on to list SoupTube is a series of tubes throughout all major cities in the world that leads to centralized soup kitchens. For a monthly subscription, you can subscribe to a tube of soup. A tube extension will be built off the nearest main line, and a tube directly into your apartment or home. And it says after that, quote, "It's like a soup camelback, but one I don't have to wear." Michael Zdat.
Click the invest button. Does that do anything?
There's
yeah.
also an invest tab.
Yeah, what happens when I click that?
Oh, it's taking me to another website. Oh, it's got fucking
that's
merch.
awesome.
Damn.
We can get some
I like that. Why
They
would you
have
trust
surgical
clam
masks
chowder from
with
a
the
tube?
poop or not poop
Clam
tube.
chowder.
it's not
Basically
a poop
that.
the soup
soup
tube.
tube. Why would the world trust a clam chowder, or who in the world would trust clam chowder from a tuna
Guys, that's
soup?
only like $1 more than a mask that doesn't say that.
It's $15.
I know, though
That's
they're
insane.
expensive now.
I don't know. Listen, I can sell some fucking face mask merch. We'll get the dinosaurs built the pyramids on there and everything. Anyway, let's close this.
Then do it.
Let's close this.
Okay.
Guys, that's it. We're done
Soup
talking about soup tubes, right?
Tube-based delivery is the thing of the future.
No fucking doubt, right?
Yep.
Nobody has any doubts there.
Yep.
Sign me up as soon as possible.